Their feet, so now where they go and what they do. It's been in general, no one does right, no one does good, no, not one, no one's righteous. Their mouths, their feet, where their feet go. Their feet shed blood. No. He says their feet are swift, are eager, are quick to shed blood. Quick to pour out blood, to distribute blood largely. All you have to do is look at the 20th century and see how many millions upon millions upon millions of people whose blood was poured out. Just in this century alone. When the Enlightenment happened and men, by and large, started rejecting the truth of God, rejecting that God exists even, and started going the way of human reason and human rationale, that ushered in the 20th century, which was the bloodiest century in the history of the world. Roughly 160 million people were killed just in wars alone in the 20th century. Scholars estimate that there were more people killed in the 20th century than in the entirety of the previous centuries combined. There have been, they say, roughly 60 billion people that have lived, as far as we can tell, from the creation of the world. Somewhere around 60 billion. We have 7 billion alive right now. So some people like to say, well, there are 7 billion people alive right now, but maybe there's only 1 billion people on the earth back during Alexander the Great and things like that. So of course, we killed more people now than they did then because we have more people in the earth. Do the math. That still doesn't work. Even by a percentage, we have killed more people in the 20th century in war than they did in all the centuries combined previous. Their feet are swift to shed blood. And when societies cast off the yoke of the Lord, they say, we want to cast off the yoke of God. We want to tear his bonds apart, as Psalm 2 says. You're going to be even more swift to shed blood because you're not even going to be restrained any longer by the Word of God. Even if you're not a Christian, the Word of God can restrain your evil. But when a society totally casts that off, we saw it in the 20th century. Their feet are swift to shed blood. In their paths are ruin. Wherever they walk, ruin, destruction, calamity, broken things, shattered things. Wherever you walk, you break things. Aristotle used the same word that's translated ruin to talk about someone's arm being snapped. Wherever you go, you're breaking bones. In their paths are ruin and misery, hardship, trouble, calamity. In their paths is wretchedness, great distress of mind or body. Where we go, that's what we bring.